Hello everyone, Nick here. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So today's video is coming by a viewer's request. He's seen me shaving with this, I don't know what you would call it. It's a AC Shavette style razor. He's seen me shaving with one and he wants to know well, kind of what the gist is, about how to get started. I don't know, you might be a little bit apprehensive about it. I'm very interested in it, but really not knowing where to begin. So I kind of figured I'd throw this video together just to see, just to show how I started. I'm definitely not an expert in it. I really haven't been shaving with it very long, but I just want to make this video so I can put out there what I've learned in the techniques that I'm using, what I've been told, what I've been taught, and how I'm still learning. So yeah, hopefully this video helps. And if I'm covering, it's really late. I've been so busy. And it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here, but I really want to make this video for this gentleman and for other people that are interested in starting to shave with this AC style Shavette. So I'm going to give the information that's in my head. If I'm missing anything or you guys have any advice, please leave it in the comments. Just recognize that you're really not critiquing me and my technique. We're just all here trying to help these gentlemen that are wanting to get started with this style of razor. So yeah, we're going to go over the gear that I'm going to be using today. But first, I'm going to roll that intro. Hey, welcome back everyone. Long time no see. So let's go over the gear that I'm going to be using. As far as the shave soap, I'm going to use this Never Alone 5. This is a collaboration between the razor company and Ariana and Evans. And this is a citrus scented soap. This is grapefruit right here. Never Alone 5. This was put out in September of 2025. It was for mental health awareness and for suicide prevention. Very, very good cause. So yeah, I definitely supported that. I did have, I've had some suicides in my family, so it was a cause I definitely wanted to get behind. And then I'm going to go with this Never Alone, excuse me, this Never Alone 5 pre-shave. This was a collaboration between the razor company and Zagari Man here. And, I'm going to use this pre-shave because when you're first starting out, you want to get your face as slick as possible. Because your technique is it's non-existent. You don't have a technique. You're just, basically what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to get a feel of the tool. You're not trying to get a really good close shave. What you're doing is just trying to get the feel of the tool and to see how it's going to perform, to see how you're going to react to it and whatnot. I know some straight razors out there, straight razor shavers will say you can get your face too slick for a really close shave. But just ignore that, because if you're starting out, especially with this type of razor, you are not going for a really good close shave, a BBS shave. All you're doing is trying to get a feel for the tool. You just get your feel for the tool, keep trying to get your feel for the tool, and eventually your technique will start coming and your shaves will start getting closer and you'll start getting better. Take your time. You're not in a hurry. There's nobody in here looking over your shoulder telling you you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. So I'm going to be going with the Never Alone 5 Aftershave Splash. And this is also, again, a collaboration between the razor company and Zingari Man. Man, I'm so tired. I can't even talk. But we're going to just keep trucking forward, man. I'm going to go with my, excuse me, I'm going to go with my Simpsons Trafalgar 3 here. This is a synthetic knot. It's a very, very beautiful, good performing brush here. I've got my Witch Hazel. This got some really good healing properties. Some healing properties. Last time I said healing factories. I had no idea what word it was. Sometimes the English language eludes me. It is my second language, so sometimes I screw it up, but it's okay. I kind of get the gist. You guys get the gist of what I'm saying. And then I'm also going to go with the Never Alone 5 razor to clean up. This is the base plate 3. It's the most aggressive one. This is a collaboration between Carve and Ellsworth here. We're going to be using this guy too because excuse me, what I've been taught is when you first start, you want to just do your cheeks. That's all you want to do because that's the flattest part of your face. Do your cheeks and then clean up with the DE. and that's all you want to do. That's what I was told, and that's what I was told. That's how you want to start. But of course, I'm a stubborn old man. I didn't listen. I said, I'm already here. So I just shaved all my face with the grain, shaved it against the grain, shaved it across the grain. And that's just how I did it. I for some reason, it just felt very natural to me. This in my hand felt, to me, it felt, in my opinion, it was very user-friendly. And not everybody gets that. And that's fine. Your mileage is going to vary. What works for one person doesn't work for the other person. You might find it very difficult, and it might take you a little while. Or you might grab it, and like I did, and start shaving with it and be like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to be shaving from the beginning, you know. But anyway, I am going to be using this oil here as a pre-shave, so I do have my soap dispenser here. That way I can wash my hands, and I am going to use my bougie sprayer. I do have distilled water in here. I recommend distilled water for every shave, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned wet shaver, or you're just starting out with a new razor, or you're using an old vintage. It doesn't matter. Just use distilled water. It's the best. It's the best water you can use to get the best performance out of your shave soap products. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to get ready here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to squeeze this little dropper, because there's a little dropper in here. I'm going to squeeze it just to get it primed with shave oil. And then I'm going to get my face wet here. And I'm going to get my hands wet a little bit. Then whoa, I just dropped it. I just spilt it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm telling you, I'm tired. It's been a long day. So I'm going to get some of this pre-shave oil in my hand. And then we'll get it worked in my hand. And you want to get this in all of your whiskers that you're going to be shaving. Just get it everywhere. This is such a beautiful, beautiful citrus scent. It's a grapefruit scent. A really, really good, nice grapefruit scent. It is a Zingari Men product, so you know it's going to be good. So I got really good coverage, or got that pre-shave oil worked in really good there. So I'm going to get some soap in my hands, and then get my hands washed off really good here. Just make sure I get that oil off my hands. You don't want to have your hands slippery. Have them real slick when you're shaving with any razor, whether it's a DE, a Shavette, a Kamasuri, or a straight razor. You just don't want any slickness on your hands. If you are experiencing slickness on your hands, you can use your Allen block to get a little bit of stickiness on your hands. And I forgot to mention, I do have my Geo Fat Boy Shave Nation Allen block here. And so I am going to, excuse me, I'm going to dry my hands off here. And so this Shavette, let's get the blade ready. So this Shavette right here has an AC style blade. This is a guarded blade, and I recommend this for beginners. This has a wire that goes on it, and it's kind of like almost like a safety bar, but it's a wire. And I don't know if it's coming up on there. My camera is really, really bad. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Please focus. And it doesn't want to focus, but anyway, it is a guarded blade. I'm trying to move it around that way you guys can see it. But it is a guarded blade, and if you don't know where to get a guarded blade, you can look for AC style blades. Just look for like the Pro Guard blade. It says it in the name, Pro Guard. But anyway, I flipped it over. I have the guard on top. I'm going to drop it in there, and it's ready to go. And so this shave soap here, I do have the soap blooming with water. The soap's not blooming. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm telling you, it's really late. The scent notes are blooming. You don't bloom the soap. You bloom the scent notes. Synthetic. I'm going to dip it in the water. You know what I'm going to say. There's no need to soak it. It's a synthetic. I'm going to get all that water out of there. And let's get this brush loaded. So I'm going to not even check to see if it's 15, 20 seconds. I'm just going to load this brush up till I feel like it's loaded up well enough. If you really want to be a stickler about it, you could look at your clock or your timer, and you could set it for 20 seconds and be like, okay, that's been 20 seconds. And so that seems like it's good enough there. I mean, that definitely looks like it's loaded up plenty. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hydrate my face a little bit, and then I'm going to start painting this on. And there's different techniques you can use. You don't have to build a big, giant, luxurious lather to get the performance of the soap. Basically, once you put the soap on your face, the performance is going to be there. But if you want to get the most out of your soap, then you will build a lather. And the techniques I'm talking about is painting it on like I'm doing. And then you'll hydrate, and then you'll continue to paint it on. And you can keep doing this forever and get it super hydrated and build a really good luxurious lather. Or you can do a layering technique. And the layering technique, I'll put some more water here, is just going in circles. And that's what I'm going to do here, because like I said, I'm not going to build a big luxurious lather. I'm just going to get this soap on my face, make sure it's not too dry. It shouldn't be, because I did have that oil on my face, that pre-shave oil. So, and then I will flatten it out with the brush. This layering technique is a way to build a lather very quickly. The painting technique, that's when you really want to take your time and you're not in a hurry. You got all the time in the world to build a lather. Use the painting technique. And it does take a really long time, but I'll tell you what, you will have the most hydrated, best performing soap ever. So that's got plenty. That's got plenty in there. Oh yeah, that's really, really good. So I know you guys that are used to watching me build a massive luxurious lather, I apologize. This video is going to be concentrated more on the gentlemen that want to know about this Shavette and how I got started. So this Shavette here is I think it's either a Pfizer or a Fizzer Shavette. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little rag here. Oh, I got itch on my nose. I'm going to get my little rag here. I'm going to dip it in the water. Because my Shavette, I don't want to. You can rinse it off. You can dip it in the water and get your lather and your stubble out that way. But what I like to do is I like to take my little rag, lay it on my work surface here, and as I'm shaving, get my hands dry, and as I'm shaving, I will wipe it off on that little rag. I don't like rinsing it. I don't like dipping it. And so I'm going to get my face hydrated. So like I said, it's really late here. I really wanted to get this video out. So if I'm missing any tips or I'm not saying something I probably should be saying, leave it in the comments, because whatever tips and advice you guys have, you know, it's going to help whoever wants to get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on this side here. And I believe using your face muscles to stretch your skin, going, you know, use your muscles on your face and also use your hands. You definitely want to stretch your skin, especially when you're coming down your cheeks. So when you're coming on the side right here and you're trying to look, your hand is going to be in your way. So what I found works for me is I tilt my head down to where I can see that blade on my side right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it there. And then I'm going to move the angle out this way until it starts to engage. You can hear it engage there. Little strokes and very extremely light pressure. Okay, so now I'm going to start inflating my cheek with air, just to stretch that skin a little bit. Because what happens is, if you are shaving and your skin's not tight and your skin's stretched, what happens is the blade is going to skip, and that's when you're going to cut yourself. Okay, so that's what I was told to do, was to do my cheek, right? And then right here, you can continue to go down, or you can use your DE razor because you do have the curvature of your face. And you're not trying to go for a BBS shave. You're just trying to get used to the technique. And also, what I forgot to say was when you are shaving, don't use your wrist. You're not whipping up a pancake batter. That's actually pretty dangerous. You want to move your whole shoulder. Your whole shoulder is moving. Your whole arm is stationary. You're moving your shoulder and you're going like this. Because if you move your wrist, you're going to slice yourself. You don't want to do that. Use your shoulder to move your whole arm. So right here, I'm going to come, and I'm just going to use my DE razor here, and I'm going to clean up. It is okay. It's okay to use the Shavette and the DE razor because you are just getting used to the technique. You're getting used to the feel of it. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tilt my head down so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to stretch my skin, and I'm going to use my shoulder to move my arm. No wrist action. Again, I'll move that angle until I hear it engage. And you are in no hurry. Take your time. As I come this way on my face, I'm getting closer to my cheek, so I'll inflate my cheek. That's going to help me stretch my skin. Okay, so if you feel comfortable enough, you can stretch your neck down and you can use the blade. I hold it like this. I put one pinky down here, and then I put my thumb right here, and then my other 3 fingers on top. That's just how I feel comfortable holding this little razor. So I will come here. I will come down my neck. If you want to come down on your neck with this razor. And this razor, so you see, let me see if I could show you. So right now, the toe of the razor is going to be hitting my face. It is a straight piece, and the way you hold it is totally different from a DE razor. So you can see the contour of my face comes this way. So what you want to do is you want to move it. Instead of having it like this, you want to move it this way. You want to follow the contours of your face. That way, it's not just the toe of the razor shaving you. It's the whole body of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my DE razor blade, because the advice you get and the way you want to teach yourself is you're just getting the feel. So your mustache area, just use your DE. You'll use your DE to clean up here. And just like that, because there's no right or wrong way when you're doing them. Maybe there's a wrong way, but as long as you're taking your time and you're trying to concentrate on the right areas that you should be concentrating on, you should be fine. So if you do want to use your Shavette, I shave with both hands. I use this side of my face with my right hand and this side of my face with my left hand. And then I will hold it again like that with my pinky here, my thumb here, my 3 fingers up here. And I will stretch my face and I will do my mustache area. And because this is such a small area right here, I am using the toe of the razor. I'm using the center and the toe to get right here, and then I'll move it over to the toe to help get right here, because it's not a flat area, so you want to use the part of the razors that are going to be easiest for you. I'm going to hydrate a little tiny bit because I'm talking so much that the soap is starting to dry up a little bit. Again, this is how I'm holding my razor, and I'll come down right here. Take your time. Make sure you're moving your razor to the contours of your face. If it helps you, stretch your skin. Stretching the skin always helps. So that was pretty good there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hydrate my face one more time. And then I'm going to get my brush. Let's get more soap on. And then we're going to go for our second pass. Now here's where I'm a little confused. Because I was told, when you're first starting this, do not go against the grain. You want to go with the grain, and then you want to go across the grain. But in my opinion, and maybe it's just me, going across the grain is way more difficult with one of these Shavettes than going against the grain, because you're just going up, and when you're going with the grain, you're just going down. Going across, in my opinion, is more difficult. So you have to try to see what works for you. I'm going to go against the grain on this one, and then on the third pass I will go, did I say I'm going to go against the grain? I'm going to go against the grain on this one. And then on the third pass I'll go across the grain. I'll try to explain what I'm doing across the grain, because I find it to be a lot more challenging going across the grain. So I got some good hydration on this soap here. So I'm just gonna paint it on there real good like that. And then I'm actually gonna get my towel and dry my neck, because I'm gonna use my neck. I'm going to use this skin right here to stretch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up. And what I mean by that is, with the grain, I use my right hand for my right side of my face going down. This time, going against the grain, I'm going to hold my Shavette different, and I'm going to use it on my left side. And then my left hand, I will use on my right side. And this is what I mean. My left hand, I'll hold it like this. Simple, nothing too difficult. Just hold it like that, or hold it however feels comfortable for you. So I will rest it in my palm like this. I'll grab it like that, and then I'll rest it in my palm just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to stretch my skin here, and then I'm going to go little strokes about up to my sideburn area here. You don't have to do that if you're just beginning. You can use your thumb, stretch, and then just do your cheek. Let's do the cheek, because that's the easiest part to do, because it's the flattest part of your face. Very slow. You want to use your razor, and then move that angle this way until you engage. Once it engages, small light strokes. Tilt your head so you can see where you're at. Now that I'm done with that pass, I'm moving this way. I'll inflate my cheek just to get it nice and tight. And here I'm actually moving it where I'm using more of the heel of the blade instead of, because you see my face is round. So I will use the heel here. And you just want to take your time. You're not in a hurry. Do what feels comfortable for you. Like I said, you don't have a drill sergeant behind you yelling at you, giving you instructions. So I'm going to get my DE razor, and then I'm going to go against the grain on the neck here. And don't feel bad that you're using a DE razor with your Shavette or a straight razor. This is very common practice. You see a lot of seasoned straight razors that clean up at the end with a DE razor. There is nothing wrong with that. So then I will come to this side of my neck and switch hands. I'll hold it like this, and then I'll move it into my hand like that. And then I will stretch my neck, and this time I am gonna shave my neck with the Shavette. Real light, that way you can feel what you're doing. You don't want to push it. I think something very important is that you're taking your time. That is super, super important. Because once you start speeding up a little bit, that's when accidents can happen. Pay attention to the contours of your face. And every time I go, I'm going to stretch my skin. Every time. And I will do it for my chin too. I'll stick my thumb right here and I'll stretch my chin. If you can keep your skin tight, that blade is just going to roll right. It's going to glide right across your skin. It's when the blade starts catching your skin like that, it's going to start skipping, and that's when you're going to get cut. So tighten up your skin. Very, very important. So we're at the chin area again. I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to straighten out. I'm going to tighten up my chin right here. Nice and tight. Nice and tight, and my blade just glides right across it or right over it. I want to go like this, get it nice and tight. I'm going to hydrate my mustache area here. And then I'm going to take my DE razor and I'm going to go against the grain. Very safe to do this with the DE razor. That feels really good. So I will also do that with the Shavette razor here. This is what's called a fool's cut, because they say only fools do this, because you can cut into your nose right here, but maybe I'm a fool, but I'll be careful and I won't do it. And again, I am rolling this blade. I'm rolling this razor. I'm using the heel here. Then I'll come use the body. And then I'll roll it to the toe here. And that's just something you'll learn as you do it. I didn't do that the first few times that I shaved. There was no way I was going against the grain on my mustache area. I just wouldn't do it. I didn't have the confidence to do it. So hydrate my face, and we're going to go the most difficult pass. The most difficult pass, in my opinion, is across the grain with the Shavette. With the DE razor is no problem. But with the Shavette, I find it to be the most difficult. But like I said, do not take any chances. Don't do anything you're uncomfortable with. You do have this DE razor here at your disposal to use whenever you don't feel confident. The confidence will come. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry, because what's going to happen is you're going to injure yourself. You're going to get cut and possibly get discouraged. And that's not what you want to do here. You want to learn. So that's good enough there. So I'm going to take my Shavette, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to stretch my skin to go across the grain. So I'll stretch my skin. I can clearly see what I'm doing now. So very lightly feel your tool. I don't recommend this pass for beginners with the Shavette. I'm just showing you guys, just so you guys could see. So I'm going to stay with my right hand on my right side of the face. I'm going to hold it like this now. I'm sorry, I guess I didn't show you how I was holding it before. I was holding it like this, and that's how I'm going across the grain here. I'm holding it like that. So now I will switch like this, but I'll have it this way. So I'll switch like this, and then I'm going to go across the grain on my neck here. And I don't recommend this technique here unless you are 100% comfortable and you pretty much can tell where the toe and the heel and the body of the blade are at. Don't take the chance. Like I said, you do have, that's nice and clean. You do have the DE razor. So on this side of my face, I'm just going to clean up with the DE razor. Well, that's just how my hair grows on my face. On my neck, it grows this way, or this way, and this way. Actually, right here it grows in a circle. So I'll switch directions. I'll come this way. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and finish up with this, you know, DE razor here. Going across like this. I'm going to go really light like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit more on here. And then I'll show you how I do it with the Shavette. So the Shavette, I will hold it like this again. My thumb here, my pinky here, my 3 fingers here. Stretch your chin, get it nice and tight. A very light touch, extremely light touch. So here I'm going to use the toe right here. And then up here in this area, I will use the heel. So this is what I'm talking about. And not the toe right there. Now I'll move to the heel. Just like that. The bottom down here, you can clean up. Going across against the grain here. Switch hands. Make sure you're stretching. Perfect. And I really don't have anything in my mustache area because I went against the grain already. I'm super clean, but you would take this Shavette and just lightly, super lightly, you would just clean up like that. I have nothing there. I'm just going through the motions just to show you. And I don't think I need to show you how to go across the grain on your mustache with the DE. I'm pretty sure you know how to do that. If you don't, you just take it and very lightly across the grain. Get up here into your nose area. Make sure you're nice and clean up there. And I'm going to rinse off here. Oh yeah, I got a very good, clean shave. Do not expect that, guys. When you're first starting out, do not expect that. Like I said, like I was told when I'm first starting out, just do your cheeks. Just do your, whoa, I got really close shave. Wow. That is like super, super slick stuff. So anyway, keep on track, right? So do your cheeks. Do your cheeks for the first 5 shaves, 7 shaves, however many times it takes you to get used to the tool in your hand and to get familiar with how it's going to perform, because it is totally different than a DE razor. Completely, totally different. But as long as you take your time and you're not, you know, doing anything stupid, you'll be safe and you'll be fine. I dip my Allen block in the water. I'm gonna get it on my face here. That was a really, really good shave because I have a little bit of stinging right here. Not even stinging, just tingling. I was gonna say I don't have anything anywhere, but I do have a little bit right there. I don't know why right there, but I do. So normally what you would want to do is you would want to leave that on for 30 seconds and then rinse it off. For just taking you step by step, I'm not gonna wait the 30 seconds. I'm gonna rinse it off. Then you want to pat your face dry. You don't want to wipe it dry because you just shaved and you don't want to get irritated. So move my little rag. This is the little rag I was using to wipe my Shavette. I will take my Shavette apart and I will clean it out. I will dry it out when I'm done here, just to make sure that it's nice and dry and just to make sure that it's clean, dry, and it's not going to mold. It's not going to, you know, get any rust or anything. This is a $13, $12 and change from Amazon. So if you take really good care of it, it's going to last you a lot longer than it probably would if you're just going to rinse it off and just put it to a side and let it dry with the blade in it. Don't ever do that to any of your razors, despite how inexpensive they are. My witch hazel. Get it on my face. It's got really good healing properties, not factories. So you know, I shaved for a whole year doing traditional wet shaving before I even started using witch hazel. I'd like to thank Chad Makes Wet Shaving, CMW, and Bob from Firepower for All. Thank you, gentlemen, for turning me on to this witch hazel. It's really good stuff. I never even considered using it, and I've seen you guys using it all the time, and yeah, it's definitely worth it. Never Alone 5. I'm gonna shake this up really good. I didn't even look at it to see if it does settle, but why take the chance? So I'm gonna get this on my hand here. This has sort of a milky, kind of a milky look to it here. So I'm going to get this on. I don't remember there being any alcohol in here. I don't think there is. But Man, that grapefruit is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. That is amazing. So nice. Anything I think that Ariana and Evans puts their hands on. Really good stuff. And I got tons of it on my face. And I'm just going to leave it on my face just like that so it can get worked in. Or it can get soaked in. Sorry. I'm not going to work it in. That's what I meant. I'm telling you, man, it's early in the morning here. I've been so busy today, but I did really want to shoot this video, and I'm glad I did. I think I made some good points. If I didn't, gentlemen, please help me out. Leave it in the comments, you know, if you have any advice, because this is for people that want to get started and just really don't know where to start or what to expect. I hope this gave you a really, really good idea of what to expect and how to go about it in a safe, you know, responsible way. So yeah, hope that helps, man. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. Hey, if you're new here, please consider liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. If you're already subscribed, brother, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much. Help me out. Leave me a bunch of comments with stuff that I missed or any advice that you have. And yeah, we're going to help everybody out together. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you guys. You guys take care of yourselves here. God bless.